in the bet. And that leaves Peter Gunnarsson with some thinking to do. This is unpredictable, aggressive stuff from Simon Noab.
Simon's trying to represent the jack that's come off on the turn, so he's saying, well, you checked it, I'm going to represent that jack. And he may get away with it. It's a nice bet from Simon. And there's the thoughtful pose from Peter Gunnarsson. And there's the kind of manic stare at the flop from Simon. Peter, as usual, pulls the chips off just to test for the reaction and then goes back to thinking. We saw this play a few times in Peter Gunnarsson, didn't we? Pulls the chips off as if he's going to call, then goes back to thinking and watching his opponent as he pulls the chips off. Simon not giving anything away, so Peter will have to make the decision.
And that is an intensity of stare we didn't see from Simon Noab before.
Oh, he's tuned in for this game, make no mistake. Interestingly enough, before this pot was played, Peter was rubbing the top of his head again, so maybe a bit confused.
It's a real give me your chips look, isn't it?
He went to call him then, and then he's going to throw his cards away. That's good play from Simon, really is good play from Simon. And obviously didn't give nothing away because Peter pulled the chips off the stack like he was going to call him and motioned to call him a couple of times, and Simon never flinched.
And that has given Simon Noab a substantial lead. Now he's 40,000 up on his original 320,000, and Peter Gunnarsson's 40,000 down.
And it's not so much the chip lead as the lead in the psychology war. That's probably where his biggest asset lies now. But let's see as we move on to hand 15 of the PartyPoker.com World Heads Up Poker Championship for 2005.
Pocket aces for Peter Gunnarsson. Queen 8 for Simon. He calls.
This will be an interesting one. Here's the flop.
And there's a third ace and a pair of threes.
His flopped ace is full. 3 aces over 2 threes. And he's going to bet it by the look of it. And he's saying to Simon, I've got nothing. When really he's got the absolute bee's knees.
And now it's Simon's turn to take a good long look at Peter Gunnarsson.
Yeah, he's probably going to throw the under. There he goes. He's got no reason to contend that pot, and he's thinking to himself, well, okay, he may be bluffing me, but I've got no way to contend the pot, and read it well. Good play from Peter. Yeah. I mean, as you can see, he didn't check. He bet the hand open. Simon had got maybe an odd 3 or an ace in his hand. So he'll be happy with the result of the winning the pot, but he won't be happy that he couldn't catch some more chips off with that sort of hand, because that is a monster heads up.
And you notice Simon actually had taken off his sunglasses to get a better look at him.
I don't think he ever intended to call him. He just thought he'd leave him sitting there and stew for a minute or two. And I don't think there was ever any intention to call the bet.
And Simon leaving the sunglasses off for the time being. Folds those, which was a 3-5. And the blind goes over to Peter.
Yeah, so I was listening to Simon talk to John Faulkner early doors, and he said, I'm not going to rush, I'm just going to take my time, and there's no worry, he said, I'm tuned into the game, and that's how he's playing it at the moment, isn't it? And Peter Gunnarsson once again with his hand on top of his head, and now he's back to his usual pose. We have a good view there from the gallery. We move on to hand 17.
Peter with the 10-4 call. Simon raises it up to 26,000 with a queen 6.
Once again, the hand goes to the side of the head for Peter Gunnarsson, trying to work out what's going on. He's a better man than me. I can see the cards and I can't work out how Simon plays, so that's all I can tell him here. Like we said early doors, it's the fox and the farmer. Simon the fox.
You're looking at the fox.
That's him. That's the guy. he can just mix his plays up on Peter the Farmer. Once again, Peter grabs a big stack of chips and looks for a reaction from Simon.
Measures them out. The blacks are 5,000. The reds are 1,000.
That's good play from Peter. This is a case of the fox getting outfoxed by the farmer.
Yes. How far can we take this? Has he stuck his head in the hen house?
He stuck his head in, and I think he wants to pull it out pretty quick if he can, but we'll see. He's got the best hand, but he won't know that. But I think he'll just let this one go.
And Simon does let it go.
Yeah, it's good play from Peter Gunnarsson, but we're back to a similar formula we saw earlier on in earlier matches from Peter Gunnarsson. He doesn't make a play until he's forced to, and then he comes up, when someone makes a play on him, he comes up with a really, really strong counterplay.
I'll do my best to be the world's heads-up champion. My name is Peter Gunnarsson. I'm 27 years old, I'm from Sweden, and I'm in Barcelona to play the World's Heads-Up Championship. I started playing poker about 2.5, 3 years ago. There was a summer where I had not too much to do, and a friend of mine gave me a poker book. I started reading and got interested, and I've been playing ever since. Most of those sessions have been online sessions. In Sweden, poker has grown rapidly because of the internet. I've read somewhere that there's about 1 million people playing in a country with only 9 million people, so it's really big at the moment. My favorite thing about poker is that it's a strategy game. There's a lot of thinking involved, and of course it's very good because I make a good profit in it as well. Of course, some sessions that I like to forget. I've had some really big losses. That was a really hard question. If I lose really big, I just, quit. Take a break for a few days, maybe a week or so, because you're not psychologically stable. The match, of course, that I remember most was the quarterfinal against Pascal Perrault. I thought it was going to end in like 15-20 minutes, and it just kept going and going. We played for 2.5 hours. After 2 hours, I thought that I was going to lose, actually. So it was a really, really nice feeling to finally win the match.
If you think that Peter Gunnarsson is waiting for you to make a play and then he makes a bigger one, do you come at him very aggressively, make play after play and try to force him into a mistake?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way of handling Peter Gunnarsson. Make some quick, short, sharp plays, nothing major, and just chip away at him a little bit and keep him thinking and putting him under pressure all the time.
Suited 10-8 for the Swede. Makes it 15,000. King 7 for Simon. As you see, a slight advantage for Simon's hand. But not when two clubs come up.
Well, he's flopped a pair of 7, Simon, so he's still in the pot, but not got the best of it, let's say.
And now a slight advantage to Peter Gunnarsson.
Yeah,
as Pete said, Simon's got the better hand.
He's got the better hand, but he's in bad shape sitting out there in the big blind. He's first to act, and it's about even Stevens.
And there's a club. $40,000.
Simon obviously hasn't thought this one out very well. He hasn't worked out what's going on, and could be costly for him if he's not careful.
The last card is the 4 of spades.
Now will he fall for this play? Peter looks again.